Hey guys, and in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the upcoming LAN event in the next few days. So this LAN event, as you know, is coming up really fast. EU, OCE, and NA pros are already in Dallas by now, and they are already setting up. So it is coming up really fast this weekend. So I will recap everything you need to know. Sorry I haven't been posting, but now here is everything you need to know. So if you guys have heard, lots of players, top pros, have not been able to attend this LAN event because it's in the USA. And with one of our best EU pros that will not be able to attend this LAN event, Vaniac, he couldn't get his visa twice, and since it's in the USA, it's really hard to get a working visa. And Vaniac wasn't even the only one to be rejected. So a lot of Brazil and Middle Eastern teams have been also rejected of getting a visa, so they are not able to play their LAN event. So Swizzy, now he has no duo, and he has unofficially picked up Yapko. He hasn't said anything about it, but they have been playing scrims and dual cash cups together. One dual cash cup together, so it's basically them. So now I want to talk about Agers and Rise somehow being able to play together. They played last season and didn't qual to LAN. They were so close, but they didn't qual. But since they were both backups, they were both able to play together. So I will show you a screenshot of all this drama about visas and everything. So here it is. So my next point is the drop map. The drop map is currently getting updated every day, but we now have our final drop map and a good understanding of where our top players will be landing and who is being contested in our big spawn fights. And based off that, I'll give my prediction in this video as well. So I'm gonna quickly share who I think will be winning these spawn fights. So at the top left of the map, we have Sky and Scroll versus Hootie and Kovacs. I think Sky and Scroll have got this. This will be an interesting spawn fight all the way up Rebels Roost, but I think I got Sky and Scroll. Now at the Underworld, we have Job Michael and Chapentini. Chapentini were originally landing away, and now they're landing in the Underworld. They have been getting griefed by Ping and Vox in the dual cash cup. That's why they didn't play so well, but I get it. Like, it's supposed to be a 2v2, but Ping and Vox kept third partying when they have as much loot as they need. But I guess Chapentini just have to play a bit more safe. So now on the bottom left of the map, we have Raisin and Damo versus Katie and Choro. I don't know any of these teams, so I can't really say anything about it. At the bottom of the map, we have Acorn and Cold versus Indelex and Sato. So we haven't even seen the spawn fight play out because they're both different regions. Acorn and Cold played this dual cash cup and they didn't place really well. I don't know what was happening. They just weren't finding the consistency they had. And on the other hand, Indelex and Sato actually got top 5 in the dual cash cup. So I don't know. They're both great fighters, but I'll have to say Acorn and Cold win this since they just have upper hand. Cold and Acorn both are crazy LAN players, so I'll just have to give it to them. Next, at Mount Olympus, we have Ed and Persa versus Gon and Quanti. So I'll have to give it to Gon and Quanti. Quanti is very underrated spawn fighter. In my opinion, he's actually maybe top 5 spawn fighters. So we'll have to see, but I'll give it to Gon and Quanti. But their vibes are very shot right now, and because the whole drama thing, Quanti basically forced Epic Games to make him play with Gon. So the vibes are not really good, but hopefully they can turn around. Adapter FK and FKS versus Daneth and Tinka. Also, I don't know anything about these teams, but I think Dana and Tinka win this. CZB and Nathan versus Cal and Seven Man. These are both very great pros, very underrated. But I'll have to say CZB and Nathan. It will be a tough one, but we'll just have to see. Shlom and Zagu versus Cheeps and Niamzo. Also, I think they're both splitting this drop, but if they are fighting, I'll just have to give it to Cheeps and Niamzo. So now we'll have to talk about the quadruple contest at the Raft. We have Trashy and Threats, Peter Bomb Pollo, Swizzy Yapko, Kazi Aspect. So Kazi Aspect is a Brazilian team. They're landing there because they know they're not going to do well. So at least try to do something at the best POI or not, if you get what I mean. If you know you're not going to do well, then just try to land at the best place to see how well you do. So Swizzy and Yapko are also landing there. Swizzy and Vanyuk were supposed to be landing there, but now Yapko is his replacement. So the drop map is out for the Raft, and apparently Peterbot and Pollo have the whole right side to themselves, which is so crazy that top EU and NA pros are actually so scared of Peterbot and Pollo, how much respect Peterbot has. So basically, Peterbot and Pollo have the boss and the medallion and a bunch of chests on the top, on the right, the whole right side. Swizzy and Yapko and Kazi and Aspect are supposed to be fighting at the bottom left, and Trashy and Threats have the top left and parts of the water also. So it's kind of crazy how much respect Peterbot Pollo have. So we'll just have to see. Anything can happen in a quadruple contest. You get caught and anything can happen fighting. Yeah, so we'll just have to see. But for now, Peterbot and Pollo have the entire boss and medallion uncontested right now. Alright, so now I will give my predictions for the LAN event. So first place, pretty sure it will be Peterbot and Pollo who will bring it home to make the most dominant chapter in the entire history of the game. So I can't really say this with full certainty because it is a quadruple contest, but he technically has a whole medallion and boss uncontested, so we'll just have to see what happens because anything can happen. It will be really messy, 4 teams trying to fight, and any third parties or anything. And they're all also Baka and Pars are uncontested right next to them, so they can also third party. That's why Peterbot was trying to get Baka contested, so they can't third party and they can't steal their forecast tower. So he gets the Mythic Og every game if this is true, and that's just the best weapon in the game. So now the reason why I think they will win is because it is Peterbot and Pollo. They also get forecast tower, Clix and Vino's forecast tower almost every game when it spawns. So they basically loot up as fast as they can, and Peterbot and Pollo rush to the mountain, and they basically shoot out Clix and Vino's launch pad, so they can't even launch onto them. So the only way Clix and Vino can actually fight for the forecast is if they have to climb all the way up the hill, which is really hard to do. So that's unfortunate for Clix and Vino. So I'll talk about what happens if Peter wins this LAN. Peter will probably be one of the greatest players that ever touched this game. This chapter has been crazy for him, and right now it's the GOAT debate is Bugha, Tayson, and Mero. But if Peterbot wins this lane, that means he'll have 3 back-to-back-to-back FNCS wins and 1 FNCS win in Chapter 3. So that'll mean 4 FNCS wins plus a LAN win, plus second place in ESL LAN in DreamHack. So we'll just have to see. Second place, I'll have to give it to Cammy and Seti. Now, Cammy and Seti have been underperforming this chapter, but now that they are uncontested at LAN, they're gonna pop off, and I know that. They're the LAN GOATs. Every LAN, they have been performing so well, and I think they'll just do the same this season. So they had a devastating last season when they were contested. So I just thought they were going to be contested again since they're really bad spawn fighters, but I guess they're not. And they're really good when they're uncontested. Their consistency is crazy. So now for third place, it is interesting, but I'll have to say Clix and Vino. And I didn't just say third just because I didn't want to give Clix fourth, but third place, they have proved themselves last season that they can do it. They can win. So we'll just have to see. Clix does go through pressure, especially at a LAN. If he is first place, he will crumble, because that's what happened last season. He was first place in the last few games. Even though he did get griefed a little, I saw his skill go down a lot. He was making bad plays, and he gets pressured a lot, especially when he's first place for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we'll just have to see. Their forecast tower is being taken by Peterbot and Pollo every game, but they did do fine without forecast tower when in the dual cash cup. So I think Vino can IGL Clix into a third place. So now, fourth place, I will say Vico and Flixie. So Vico and Flixie have been going crazy. They won the dual cash cup, and they are continuing the momentum from last season, their FNCS win. Vico and Flixie currently are uncontested, and we'll just have to see what they can do, because I'm pretty sure we all know what they can do. We'll just have to see if they can carry it in a LAN. So now fifth place, it's a bit of controversy, but I will say Bugha and Aviv. It is Aviv's first LAN, so I'm not that certain, but they have been popping off online. They got third place in Major 1. They split Major 2 and came back to qual to LAN in Major 3. And now they just won the first dual cash cup on NA. So Bugha and Aviv have a good shot of winning this. Obviously it's Bugha. He knows how to play LAN. He literally won a LAN. So we'll just have to see what Aviv can do. Now, there are also a lot of other teams that I do want to shout out, like Thomas HD and Queasy. They are uncontested currently, and we know what they can do when they're uncontested. They are really good, so we'll just have to see what happens. So tune into the broadcast on Saturday and Sunday this weekend to 1 p.m. EST if you are in the US. So enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one when I recap day 1 of LAN and day 2 of LAN. So see you.